we want to get to 400,000. Puzzle 3.
Does it have to be exactly 400,000?
Oh, great question. Does it have to be exactly 400,000? Okay, let's vote as a class. Let's vote as a class. How close is close enough? Within, what do you think, Mariah? $100? How about within $100? Is that cool? Is that unreasonable? I'd like to get it to the nearest cent, but I'm a sadist, so. Well, mathematical sadist. I'm not a real sadist. Or is it masochist? Which one is the one that doles out the pain, and which one is it that accepts the pain? Masochist accepts the pain, right? Why am I recording this for the people at home to watch? Why are we talking about sadism? Sorry, I tried to warn you back in week 2 to drop the class, get your money back. No! No, Nicole, you got to keep coming. Keep coming. Keep showing up. Yeah, this guy's okay. I can survive for 10 more weeks. Cynthia, move closer to me. Insanity, woman, insanity. Let me cue you while you're working on this. How are you doing it? Hope, how are you doing it? You asked me how close we are. How are you doing it?
I plugged in numbers.
Just keep plugging and chugging until you get it? Love that, love that. Who else plugging and chugging? Plugging and chugging? Plug, chug, plug, chug, plug, and chug. Oh, only 4 of you are plugging and chugging. How'd the rest of you attack this? If you're not plugging and chugging, how'd you try it? Out of curiosity. Or how many of you just gave up and said, I'm just going to sit here until you do it as a class and then we'll do it together? Okay, I'm not even going to do it until you show us how to do it, yeah. Plug and chug's great. What did you start with? Hope, what did you start with when you plugged and chugged?
400.
$400 a month? Yeah. Because you know it's got to be more than whatever we already worked, right? Because $100 gets us to 92,000, and 150 gets us to 139,000. So we know you have to put more. So you start with $400 a month. Love it. $400 a month. So I'm just going to copy and paste this down here so we can see it better. All right. And what's nice about Desmos, again, I don't get paid by them. Remember, this is just me pontificating about how much I love free math resources. And I love that they just give this away for nothing. You don't have to pay a thing for it. You can use it online all you want. That gets us close, 370. So we got to deposit more than 400. So what you try next, Hope? 450. 450. Love this. 450. And that's a little too much. So now we know we got a deposit between 400 and 450. What'd you go with next? 425?
Well, I just came up with
432. Holy crap! You are within the $100 tolerance code. Thank you. You went 432 next, or you bounced around a little bit.
Yeah.
That's okay. You bounced around a little. So it took a few guesses until we got to within. Good. I love that. I love that. Anybody else? Anybody else do it differently? Amelia, what'd you do, my dear friend?
I solved the fraction part first, and then divided the 400,000 by the
So check this out. Check this out, y'all. This is going to sound a little insane at first. I'm not calling you insane, Amelia. I'm not calling you insane at all. But it actually will be the easiest way. It'll be even quicker than what Hope did. Check this out. Now, it requires a little bit of thinking about the equation. Just a little bit. And we're going to come over here and do that. This sideboard. So that equation is hellacious. Yes? It is hellacious. You've got your future amount in the account equal to your payment times this massive thing. And that massive thing is what makes this formula hard, that big thing. So we're just going to call it something. We're just going to call it something. We're going to call it, what should we call it? What should we call that thing, that fraction? Let's give it a temporary name. What should we call it? Call it M? I love that. We're going to call it M. I was hoping you were going to give it a name like Charlie or Charlene, but I'll go with M. So it's times this massive thing. So it's future equals payment times this massive thing. Fair? Love it. If I gave you an equation like this, I'm going to give you an equation we've never solved in this class before. No, we did. We did, actually, last week. If I asked you 12 equals 6 times x, could you solve that?
Yeah.
Of course you could. What would you do to both sides of that? You would divide both sides by 6, wouldn't you? Yep. You'd divide both sides by 6, and you get x equals 2. Absolutely. This equation is the same as that. It's exactly the same. Check it out. Future amount in the account in this case is $400,000. We don't know what the payment is. We do not know what the payment, that's what we're solving for, right? We're trying to figure out how much money to put into the account. And that payment is multiplied by this big mess of a fraction. But we know what that's equal to because we've been using it for the past few problems. This, dear friends, that's M, that thing. And since we've got it in Desmos, we can copy and paste it. We can copy and paste that. So if we look at Amelia's equation over here, I love the way you described the solution method for it too. We can just divide M over to this side and take $400,000 and divide it by that M. And that'll tell us what our payment has to be. And we can do this thing in Desmos. Type 400,000, copy that thing from above, and stick it under in the denominator. Oh yeah. Elena, you look pissed. Talk to me. Talk to me.
I was trying to find how much we were actually earning. I thought that's what 400,000 is.
400,000 we want in 40 years.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
I
gotcha.
was trying to solve that.
Say that again.
We're solving this one.
Neither of these is going to apply because both of these are dependent on $150 a month deposit.
But I thought we were trying to figure out how much we were
Oh, God knows. I want to know how much you're going to put in each month to get to that goal. In other words, it's a backwards question, right? In all the stuff we've done before, I've told you how much you're doing monthly, and we want to figure out what's at the end. Here, I'm going around the corner. I'm telling you where I want it to end. Fair? Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do exactly what Amelia told me to do. I'm going to take this, copy just that part, and what does that equal? Just that part equals 926 point, and that, just so you know, if anybody's interested, that's not dollars. That's a multiplier. That is a multiplier. That's, the way I think about that is, it's what you multiply your payment by to get to, there's no good name for it. But anyway, that number, we're going to divide that into 400,000 because that's what M is. That's what Amelia's M is. Yes. So we're going to copy that number. Oh yeah, we are. Oh, I love it. And we are going to take 400,000 as soon as I press enter. Why is enter not working? There we go. 400,000 and divide by that. Oh, look at that. Hope! Look how close that is to what you got. To the nearest cent, if you want to get that ridiculous, which I think is ridiculous, but it is to the nearest cent, $431.94 will get you there. Now, some of you are looking at me with the color is completely drained out of your cheeks. And you're like, what the hell did you just do? If you don't like this method, you don't have to use it. You can do plug and chug like some of you did anyway, which is great. I love that you did it this way, Amelia. I love this because although it's a little bit much at first, now that you see how to do it, you're done in a second. You're done in a second. I missed you.
I missed you as well.
Thank God
It
you're
was
back.
a long time.
It was a long time. Now, here's a problem. Well, a potential problem. It's 2025. Suppose we start this savings plan right now. Right now, this moment, right here. And then we want $400,000 40 years in the future. Let's think about this. 2025. 40 years ago was 1985. The song Rebel Yell by Billy Idol had just come out. I was, how old was I? I was 12. At that moment, when I was 12, when Billy Idol released Rebel Yell, if I had decided to start saving money right then with an end goal in mind, what would my end goal have been? $400,000 sounds like a lot of money, doesn't it, right now? But it's not going to be worth as much 40 years from now, right? So maybe what we should have done, and I wish I had thought of this before right now, but that's okay, I'll work it in the next class, is say to yourself, in 2025, how much money would I want to have in an account comfortably down the road? Yes? Would $400,000 be comfortable down the road? I mean, right now, if I had $400,000, could I retire on that? What do you think? Could we stop working as a? What do you think, Mariah? If we have $400,000, what do you think?
It's retired.
Not retired. Okay. So let's suppose this is a retirement account. What would you want that money to be at? 2.5 million. Oh,
At least in
that's
this
good.
day and age.
At least in this day and age.
Because if you look.
Okay, let's pull it back. Let's pull it back just for a second. I agree. Let's suppose this isn't your only retirement account. Let's say this is one of a few. Would $400,000 be a nice padding for whatever else you're saving? Would $400,000 be okay? Maybe. $500,000 be better. Be better. Yeah. Okay. So maybe what we should do at this point is, if we think $400,000 is good right now, let's use past inflation to push it forward 40 years. Remember what we did a couple days ago with inflation? We looked at how much stuff costs 40, 50, 90 years ago. Maybe what we should do is inflate $400,000 based on historical inflation rates and then save for that. But I can tell you're all not liking that idea, so I'm gonna stop talking about it. The big lesson is $1 today will be worth much less than $1 in 40 years. That's inflation. Somebody actually told me that when I asked you in your homework or in the warm-up. I forget I think it was the warm-up from a couple days ago. I'm like, what is economic inflation? And one of you actually put, it means $1 today will not be worth $1 down the road. And that's exactly right. That's exactly right. $1 buys you less. So $400,000 sounds like a chunk of change right now, and it is a chunk of change right now. But it's going to be less of a chunk of change in 40 years. So that's why you have to constantly pay attention to your savings plans as you go. But the overriding moral is save as much as you can as early as you can. That's really the big moral. Save as much as you can as early as you can. Get it? I'm pointing at the wrong place. That's okay, though. You don't need to see me. You heard me pontificating. It's all you needed. Damn. Let's call it for the day, yeah? Y'all looking really tired. Call it for the day. Yeah, we'll call it. Y'all looking exhausted. You are? No, you're, well, I mean, I can feel it. I can feel it. This is one of my favorite classes I've ever had. Probably my favorite 105 class ever, one of my favorite classes ever that I've had in person. And a lot of that's because you're always pushing back. You're always asking you to push back. I ask questions, you answer, you push, you pull. I love that. And I'm just not feeling that kind of tug of war today. I don't want to try to force it out of you, so I'm sending you home a little bit early if that's okay. Just so you can take care of yourselves. Is that all right? You can also hang around if you want. You got the room. Hang around. Jasmine, you worked all night, so you go get some sleep. Okay, Mariah, you get some rest. Y'all stay healthy, man. There's some nasty shit going around, and if you're at the end of your rope, if you're burning the candle at both ends because of work, yeah, exactly. Keep hydrated. Get rest when you can. Last week. Oh, you had it last week. Got it. I got you. Yeah. Here you go, my dear friends. Here you go. This is 2 scenarios for savings. You got 2 22-year-olds, but, well, anyway, I'll let you read it later. Or you can sit right here and do it right now if you want to just get it done. That's fine, too. Nicole. Oh, yes. yes, the other one, yes. Thank you, Chase. I'm gonna shut this down. Y'all take care of your bad selves. We'll see you soon, I hope.